Welcome back to episode 103 of the Block Runner Podcast. I'm your host, William, always here with your co-host, Iron.
What's going on, Willis?
What is up, dude?
Dude, what a day, what a day.
Yeah, it looks like we didn't join a civil war, did we?
Yeah, dude, nobody's knocking on our door, that's for sure, like pitchforking outside.
Yeah.
Dude, what happened, man? All that hype and hoopla.
Well, I think they successfully
curtailed it?
Yeah, calmed it down.
By basically like laying front the biggest
Yeah,
homeland military
force.
presence
Yeah.
ever deployed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
That'll scare away.
Yeah,
any.
we were talking about how even if they deployed only 1,000 troops, that's more than plenty to pause any
Maybe
violence.
not though. But maybe that's why they went so overboard. Like, it feels like 25,000 troops is a little overkill,
Yeah.
but maybe not. Like, because you always got to ask yourself that question, like, what's the threshold? You know, like,
Yeah.
how do we know what's going to deter? Nobody really knows how big these radical groups are.
Yeah.
But luckily, it was enough. You know, we did have that smooth transition of power that we were speculating on a few days ago.
Yeah.
We were wondering if, like, whatever happened today
Yeah.
is going to catalyze either an uprise in price or a downturn, you know?
Yeah, and
And it was such a non-eventful day, you know, transition to power as usual,
yeah.
that I think the price is pretty sideways. We're crabbing along, dude.
Yeah, we were just talking about the price, and I think Bitcoin is going a little bit down, but it's not so far down where it's broken support.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think we're good.
Well, yeah, it hasn't broken your support yet.
Yeah, my support.
Your meme lines.
Yeah.
That's most important. But yeah, I mean, if it did, I mean, that would be bad.
Yeah.
But like I mean, for sure that would have happened if some kind of like catastrophic event went down, you know. So we're grateful it did it.
Yeah, so we had the inauguration, and I think in the next couple of days we should have some price action for Bitcoin, because everything is in the context of Bitcoin, right?
Yeah. I mean, to me, I feel like this event, I guess, can't be anything but bullish in the short term, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Because Joe Biden entering office kind of feels like a return to normal, you know what I mean? Even though, like, 4 years ago, before Trump became our president, we were kind of getting fed up and tired with normal because we always had that, like, innate...
Yeah.
We all had that feeling like government is innately corrupt because when you give humans that kind of power,
Yeah.
they never, like, use it, you know...
Wisely.
Or, like, how we want them to use it as a society, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, humans always inevitably get corrupted. So Trump comes to town, even though, like, he looks like the most corruptible human on earth, you know,
Yeah.
based on his previous history. Just the fact that he was like an outsider from this like political system that we're all fed up with,
Yeah.
that was enough to convince more than, well, roughly half of the population to support him,
Yeah.
you know. But dude, that shit definitely did not go good.
Yeah. Did
Like,
not.
Dude, yeah, society does not look any healthier.
But you know
4
what?
years later. You
Yeah,
know?
but you know what? For 50% of the population, they think he did a good job. That's what's crazy about it.
Well, it's because like the economy is at all-time highs, so people don't really understand like
Yeah, but I don't-
monetary policy.
I really don't think the people that broke into the Capitol are
looking at like charts.
yeah, looking at charts and saying, "Oh, my portfolio is up. Let me
You're
go
right.
fight for
That's
this."
a good point.
So,
But like people on Wall Street are probably like, you know, they're happy, you know.
but
So
they should be equally as happy now because they're just going to print more money, and that means assets just grow.
Exactly, and that's what I mean by like, the president really doesn't have too much influence over that, you know, the Federal Reserve's activities. You know.
Well, Biden's about to print 1.9 trillion.
Well, it's not just Biden, right? It's like I guess he proposes it, and then it goes through like, you know, all of the other branches of legislation.
Yeah.
And so it is like a collective effort to spend all this
it's
cash.
a
you know what I
consensus,
mean?
yeah.
Like, so yeah, government definitely has to all agree. Like, we need like more of that liquid cash injection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you're not in the United States and anything that happens in the United States affects you guys, we want to hear about it. Please comment on YouTube, join our Discord, whatever. We want to hear what your thoughts are, whether or not, you know, you guys are looking at U.S. politics to make decisions on your investments.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely important. You know, like we like to stay in our crypto bubble and stuff, but we've already seen like past events that like influence
For sure.
crypto's movement. But we're like in such a bullish market that, man, it's gonna be tough to reverse this train. You know,
Yeah.
I can't imagine anything. As soon as this market becomes a little more like overexhausted, then I could start seeing, you know, some reasons to sell off. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of overexhaustion, for the last 7 days now, we've been doing daily content on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And it was an experiment that we wanted to test out, and we know that YouTube has a specific algorithm that pushes short daily content.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, what if we do that short daily content? What would happen?
Mm-hmm.
And so the channel has grown like 50 subscribers, which is like 50% of what we did last year.
Yeah, it's actually unreal.
In just a podcast, like long form content.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we did 50% gains in 7 days or 6 days, actually.
Just by like adjusting our behavior a little bit, right?
And actually, this is good for our own internal like upkeep on what's going on with the crypto economy. That it's benefiting us personally and I wouldn't say financial, but in the fact that we're always up to date as to what's going on, because we definitely don't want to repeat what happened with DeFi, with the little DeFi bubble that happened a few months ago.
Yeah, about September, I think, last year.
Yeah,
4 or 5 months ago.
And it's pretty fun doing short content, I think. I'm able to edit stuff like in a drop of a hat.
Yeah, you've gotten like really quick on that, and I guess like part of my responsibility is just really, really dig deep into the trenches of like what it is we're actually talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like finding out how Polkadot works is not easy, dude. It took a lot of digging to, I don't know, maybe other people out there, they could like look at it, read like maybe a few paragraphs of a white paper, be like, got it.
Yeah.
But not me, dude. It takes me a lot of like back and forth. I gotta reread things. I gotta like.
But you know what?
You know what I'm used to doing?
What?
I'm used to going to YouTube or some other platform
to
explain it to me.
Yes.
But in this case, Polkadot and its ecosystem is so in its infancy that there really isn't that much content yet.
That's true.
To explain it. So it's kind of like, fuck, how do I learn without YouTubers?
Yeah,
you know
what I mean? So you got to read it.
Yeah, actually
you
got to do
read
the work
and comprehend.
But that's kind of what we're doing, though. Now we're trying to supply that shortage of information that, you know.
Yeah, and another thing we want to do is we want to create that short content, but like professional, fully edited, like explanation on how to stake graph. Like, how do you select the right indexer to stake graph so you can earn passive income? How do you do that? I looked into it, and it's really hard.
Yeah, it's fascinating because I haven't heard anybody even like mention that part about the graph, that there's a whole ecosystem of different actors.
Yes,
that have to work. They all have different roles within the ecosystem, but you know, I didn't realize there was so much competitiveness within the graph. You know, all you hear is like it's an oracle that bridges real world data to the blockchain.
Yeah.
Like done. Like that's all I need to hear, dude. I'm going all in.
For sure.
What I mean?
For sure.
And in some cases, that is all the information a lot of people really need to know. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you really want to understand something, and the best way to do that, for one, the first thing to do to really like get deep into something is to be personally invested into it. You got to have some skin in the game somehow.
That's true.
Right? Like, look at us with Decentraland, dude. As soon as we got in with like a little bit of like actual investment, we couldn't get out.
Yeah,
we're sucked in for life.
Yeah, we are.
You know what I mean?
We are.
So now we're doing it again with Polkadot, and the good thing is Polkadot has a lot of potential like functional benefits to the platform that we're working on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, MetaZone.
Yeah,
MetaZone and every Ethereum application that's being built right now, we're all faced with the same demon.
Yeah, we got so much to talk about in terms of like what everyone's building, and on what blockchain they're building on, and what sidechain they're choosing.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Dude, we have big problems ahead,
because there is no consensus.
There is no consensus.
Everyone's just like picking their own thing. Like I noticed the juggernauts of the space, the Uniswaps, the synthetics, those platforms seem to really favor the optimistic roll up.
Yeah.
Smart contracts that are just in their testing phase right now for Ethereum.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
But I
weird.
understand it.
It's weird because there's other second layer options that are already done and they're built.
They've been in existence, but something about them wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's
Because
odd.
Uniswap has been,
You know what it is? I bet you those developers are like, okay, so Vitalik is doing ETH 2.0. Vitalik keeps talking about optimistic rollups all the time.
That's right.
And ZK rollups.
Yeah.
That must be the path that we should take as developers.
But then he's also said, like, I wish more developers would adopt things like, layer 2,
layer
like
2,
Matic
XDAI.
and XDAI.
Yeah.
He has said
He
that.
has
before.
said that. You're right.
So it's like, but that's what's happening.
But that's a stopgap to fill the problems that we experience in Decentraland and MetaZone and all of these when we're trying to buy a $10 content and the gas fees are $30.
Yeah.
And so XDAI and Matic solve that problem.
Yeah.
But
right.
optimistic rollups is what most developers are going to use just because Vitalik is pushing it, or it's all about
I think
the
also
network effect of choosing an option.
See, I'm not. I don't want to like make false claims here, but I think also if you can manage to pull or integrate your platforms with these optimistic rollup, contracts, I think there are some actual like benefits to your users of the platform, like as opposed to using traditionally like a layer 2s that we're used to.
Well, the benefit is that you don't have to switch networks. Probably.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
there's that.
It should be invisible.
Possibly. But at the same time, I don't think that's the case because we're seeing things like, what's it called? I think, ZK Swap is using ZK rollups. Holy crap, dude, there's like too much.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to like decongest all the information we've come across in the last 7 days, dude.
Well,
it's actually insanity.
So if you're listening to this podcast or you're watching on YouTube, make sure you click on all the other YouTube videos that we have that are less than 20 minutes long. And so we talk about how to catch 100x cryptocurrency. Then we talk about why Polkadot will make you rich in this cycle. And we talk about Moonbeam and River and
the graph.
And the graph.
And like Ethereum and Bitcoin's
Ethereum and
trajectory.
Bitcoin.
Things like that.
And then just today we just released one called Bitcoin to $200,000. And then we explain why it's going to go to $200,000.
Yeah. Because it's interesting just actually looking at the data that we have available. Like Bitcoin, we've been talking about this forever on this podcast.
Yeah.
How the predictable nature of it. We've made these predictions ourselves.
That's right.
Like more than a year ago. And they're all coming true.
Yeah.
Which is mind-boggling to think of. I don't know. At some point, like the apprehension and doubt has to go away, right?
Well, yeah, for you. I'm all in on these charts, dude. On these moon math stuff. Like, I'm all in.
You're right, dude. I see like one FUD article is like, dude, it's all over. Like, holy shit. Failed experiment, dude. Sound the alarm, dude. Like, it's over.
Yeah. There's a lot of FUD articles about Bitcoin recently.
And I warned about this too. I was like, dude, this is what you're going to see in the bull market because I've lived through it.
Yeah.
There's going to be so many FUD attempts. Like, it's not even going to be funny.
And they're going to all fail.
But somehow they work on me still. Like, even knowing this is like, holy crap, dude, maybe this one's right.
See, that's part of our work here is to stay disciplined because we know, I mean, Bitcoin's the signal for all cryptocurrencies. Once Bitcoin crashes, when it hits its all-time high and it starts crashing at 50% rates, within a week, it's a signal for all other cryptocurrencies that we're in the bear cycle. This is the beginning stages of it.
Yeah.
And so
once you become like seasoned and veteran, like we'll all see this coming, just like Charlie Lee did in 2017. Remember that shit? He fucking was
tippy top at the on the button on to exit.
Dude, he dumped on all y'all fools, dude. All you Litecoin holders. He exited.
Yeah.
But he let the rest of us know too, though.
Yeah.
Like he was so like we should actually be, thanking the guy for trying to warn us, but a lot of people didn't listen.
Yeah, and he's still with the Litecoin Foundation.
Oh, yeah, he's coming back now.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of disappeared for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Like he said he would, but now he's back. So, Charlie Lee indicator, like...
Yeah,
that's
the start of a bull run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, Litecoin's turns their light bulbs back on.
Yeah.
Litecoin HQ.
Yeah.
Like, we're back in business, boys.
Yeah.
Like, that's official bull run marker right there.
Right. So, so we got the short form content. We have the long form content. Oh, and we started issuing NFTs for the podcast. So I guess what we did was essentially for any thing that we upload, we have an NFT to represent that upload.
Yeah.
And then so there's an auction that either lasts either 3 days or 7 days, depending on the content itself. So if it's short form content, it's going to be closer to 3 days, and the long form content will be closer to 7 days. But it's just something to experiment on. I mean, if you guys want to take a look at it, make sure you look in the description.
I think it's fucking great idea, dude.
Yeah, I knew you would think that, so that's why I did it.
Oh man,
I didn't even consult you, dude.
You did it. I think you were testing me to like how long will it take for it to click in your head? Like this is a good idea. I thought you were just like bored, dude. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like just minting some random ass thing. But then I started to think about it a little more. Like, hold on a second. Like, I don't know how many people have actually tried to tokenize like. Well, okay, there is a good example of this. NBA Top Shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is being done. People are tokenizing what you would call moments, or like basically it's content, like media content, like somebody making like a sick ass slam dunk, some 360 like hoop between the leg type move.
Yeah.
You know, those are Top Shot moments that there's a platform now, if you weren't aware. It's an NFT platform where they are packaging these moments for these professional basketball players. And they're minting NFTs to them and selling them on their platform. It's like a whole marketplace of this stuff. So they're essentially trading cards, but you know, like sports cards, but with actual, you know, movement to them. It's like a video reel.
Yeah, yeah. It's a GIF.
It's a GIF.
It's a GIF of a play,
which I guess
dunk, a block, a steal, whatever it is.
So of course, if it's a play from like a much more notable player like LeBron, it's going to be more valued a lot higher, right?
Yeah.
So it's got its own market dynamics just like anything else. And this thing is crushing right now, NBA Top Shot. It's like it is completely siphoning all of the liquidity from like every other NFT project out there just because, I don't know, like the market's in like a runaway madness phase, dude.
Yeah. For sure.
And you see this happen in the NFT industry, like the Beeple drop was the same thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Whenever Beeple dropped all of his open collections, I noticed like there was legitimate volume going on Nifty Gateway to where like you could trade these things almost like they were crypto assets, like cryptocurrencies, you know? It was mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening here. People are actually flipping them like quickly too within the same day.
You shared a chart of the different NFT projects, and at the very top was Top Shot, and it did like 2 million in volume.
Yeah, about 2 million in 24 hours. Yeah,
in 24 hours.
Yeah,
and we were taking a look at it, and if you step back and look at how much volume is going through these NFTs compared to the planet, like other industries on the planet, we're talking about not even pixel size. Volume.
It's even not even compared to the world, dude. Even just compare it to DeFi. Like one protocol could lock up like $1 billion in like a week.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Sushi,
like a yield farming aggregator, so any of these DeFi projects. I mean, there's tons of billions of dollars. There's many billions of dollars already in the DeFi space, and dude, the industry that we're actively engaged in and like it's become our lives. Is like in such a shrimp state. Yeah. It's like a little shrimp, dude. It's in comparison to everything else.
Dude, it's microscopic. It's barely a shrimp.
It's like a little freaking plankton, dude. It's tiny. But it blows your mind. I'm like internally thinking like, so what does this mean? Does this mean all of us in the NFT industry are like, are we like silly boys? Like kind of like in our own little micro bubble? Or is this like what Bitcoin felt like in like 2010, 2011? Like we're just like the earliest of early adopters of this thing.
Yeah.
And this thing has endless growth potential. And we're going to look back on this 10 years from now like, holy shit, I can't believe we witnessed this.
Like you got the Beeple thing for about $1,000 and now it's going for $10,000?
Yeah,
right?
Last I heard. Yeah, those open editions. Unfortunately, mine sold.
Yeah.
I mean, fortunately and unfortunately.
Yeah, you won't be able to see it on the podcast. We plan to put it, somewhere in the back.
But I got something else almost as, I think, probably even cooler. I don't know if it's cooler.
No, it's definitely cool.
Is it cooler though?
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Is it cooler? I don't know. I think the presentation isn't as cool, but it's definitely pretty cool. So here we go.
Here we go.
We're revealing the cool thing that we keep talking about.
All right, does the camera see it?
Yeah, that's it.
Check it out, boys. Hold on, let me put my head gear on.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
There it is.
This is what I would call our first feature addition to soon to be background display.
Right.
You know, I've been looking around, like trying to figure out, you know, what's going to be good decor, I guess, for our new studio.
Yeah,
because we're finally starting to actually utilize the room.
So what exactly is that?
This is the first issue of the Bitcoin magazine, 2012.
Damn.
So, I mean, it's in minty condition, dude, unopened. So, I mean, try and guess in the comments how much you think I spent on this.
Yeah.
You know, most magazines, when they first get issued, are what, like $20, maybe $15, $30 or something like that.
Is it that much?
I don't know.
No, I think it's like $12, dude.
I've never bought a magazine in my life.
Yeah.
So this is the first. But yeah, I spent like $600 on this, dude.
$600.
It's fucking bonkers, isn't it? 8 years later, 8 years after this is printed,
Yeah.
each one's selling for about $600 a pop. So
I think it's worth it, dude.
I think so too. When I first found out, so shout out to Dilemma if you're watching this.
Yeah.
Dilemma Beats.
Yeah.
Follow him on Twitter.
Is that who keyed you in on?
Yeah, he tweeted it out like, "Yo, these are going for like buku bucks on eBay."
Yeah.
I was like, "Hold on a second." And I was already like in a collector's mood because of the whole Pokemon thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Fuck it, dude. I'm already like wasting my money on like collectibles." So
Yeah.
I was figuring like, dude, what's cooler than this? Like, I'm sure there's cooler Bitcoin memorabilia, but this has to go down as like one of the OGs.
Well, I think
you know?
something cooler than that would be the actual Bitcoin coins that somebody did back in like 2011 or something. They're actually gold. I don't know if they're gold, but there were coins and it had the B for Bitcoin on there.
Yeah.
And then on the back of it was like probably like a private key.
Really?
And it was worth 1 Bitcoin. Like 1 coin was 1 Bitcoin.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude. So somebody probably
Let me
has
see if
like
I
a
can find
whole
it.
freaking chest of those. That's actually a good idea for like a holiday gift.
Yeah, but
Well, not anymore.
40 grand.
Dude, somebody really likes you if they give you one of those today. Holy crap.
I think it's something like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely looks cool. Maybe we should just get some coins and put them up in the bag too, like some big ones. So yeah, we still don't know what else to add back there. But yeah, for sure, if my Pikachu Beeple piece didn't sell,
Yeah.
it for sure, whenever the physical display came in, it would have been behind us too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, so I got this in its place. You know, Bitcoin is awesome. I'm hoping when Bitcoin's like $1 million plus, this thing will probably be worth like, I don't know, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000.
Dude, easily.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so? Awesome. Let me just
I
throw it
wonder-
on the ground like it doesn't matter.
I wonder how many were printed though.
That's a good question.
I can't imagine a lot were printed.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
Yeah. In 2012.
And it was their first issue. They're probably like, yo, no one's going to buy this shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, that's my splurge of the week.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man.
We got more splurges coming up though, because yeah, like we were saying, we have a whole game plan like how to lay out our studio now. We're going ham with the content delivery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We really are, because we recognize like there's no better time than now to really like ramp up like full steam ahead.
Yes.
Like this.
Yeah, this is the year to do that.
Yeah, this is the year where you literally like say fuck everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You literally have to go into this year with that mentality, like fuck
Yes.
everything else, because
Yes.
there aren't many opportunities like what's about to.
Yeah, we keep
go
talking
down.
about that all the time. I mean, I
Yeah.
talk about that with my family, my friends. Is like, dude, we have maybe 1 or 2 more chances to
Yeah.
really collect Bitcoin,
Yeah.
and after those 2 chances are up, there is no more. Like
Yeah.
it would reach its escape velocity, and I mean, after that second chance, probably you could get Bitcoin for, you're talking about, let's say like 0.001 of a Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what normal people are going to be, trying to go after.
That's right.
So some of them are listening, but many of them are not listening.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, it's just that's part of the process, dude. It's just the market psychology. That's a good indicator. Right?
See, but man, it's like going back. It's like you could have bought Amazon and Apple and all these huge companies for pennies back in 2000.
Yeah, but see, today it makes sense, right? Back in 2000 day is like, yo, you heard of this wacky thing called the internet? It's like, oh, what's that?
Yeah, but
it's like it's this thing you do on your computer. It's like, oh, I don't even have one of those.
Yeah, but it's exact same thing as explaining what Bitcoin is to the normal people.
That's what I'm saying. That's why all I'm saying is it's just kind of difficult and intimidating. So that's
it's
enough to like
let's assume
want to do it.
Let's assume this was like 1998, 97.
Yeah.
And we're on this podcast. You're watching this, and we're like, dude, all the companies are gonna be on the internet.
Yeah,
all of them.
We're seeing like pets.com.
Yeah,
we're seeing like all the early like internet bubble companies emerging. Like, holy crap! It's like, look at this company, dude. It's run by like some 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's got .com on it, so fuck it, dude. I'm in.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
That's the sentiment back then.
And at that time, you couldn't really participate. I mean, the only way to participate is to actually create a website.
Yeah, that's right. That's why, that dude, that's actually a good point to hone in on, like the actual, what's the word I'm looking for?
Potential, or
I guess the growth potential of cryptocurrencies way outweighs like the stock market. Right? We keep seeing that infographic where it like shows all the different markets, the financial markets, and compares crypto to it. Maybe you can find it and pull it up.
Yeah, I think I have.
You know what I'm talking about, right? They're like little dots.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the traditional equities world is like a monster, right? Because it's what we've been using for the last 100 years to kind of like exchange. Not exchange value, but kind of like assign value to entities, corporate entities in our economy.
Yeah.
But yeah, all I'm saying is, dude, can you imagine one day where the crypto space is even bigger than that? Is that possible? Especially if things like synthetic assets and whatnot start onboarding onto the crypto space.
Yeah, man, I want to find that.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to find.
No, man, I need to find it.
Okay,
but
intermission while we look.
Damn it! No, this is a good one.
Yeah. Search
Bitcoin
versus, or like crypto versus gold versus stocks. I'm sure it's got dude, now go to that images.
Was it images? No, it was like a site, dude.
Yeah, but see, the images will be easier to find that site. Like once you spot it, and then you can just go directly to that site. Come on, man. It's got to be in here somewhere.
It's like an infographic.
Yeah, with like little dots. Maybe put market cap.
That's not it.
Put market cap. Damn. Sorry for derailing the discussion.
No, this is so good though.
It is very important.
Oh, here it is. There's something like this.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And I think these were made probably like in the last cycle, 2017.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. This is it. This is what I was looking for.
See, I don't think that has crypto. Oh, it does.
Yeah. So look. So silver represents a square, and each square represents 100 billion. So then we're looking at. Sorry for those listening. Make sure you watch the YouTube channel to see what this infographic looks like. But cryptocurrency, it's at 244 billion, which is now 5 times this. So think of 5 squares representing cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
And then military spending, right? We're looking at 10 squares here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10, and we got double
the deficit.
The double is double those squares. The deficit.
And that's not even like the national debt, right? It's just the deficit.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And coins and banknotes. So we're looking at tangible currency, like actual touchable money, is around 6.6 trillion, and the deficit here is at 3.8 trillion.
Yep.
Fed's balance sheet 7 trillion, and billionaires. So the world's 2,095 billionaires are worth $8 trillion.
Jesus.
Below are the 5 richest, which collectively hold less than 5% of billionaire assets.
Wow.
So we got Bezos. See, Elon's not even on here because this thing is like...
This is like pre-COVID, I bet.
Yeah.
That's when Elon really made his swing, dude, during the COVID. So did Bezos. Bezos is crushing it. Dude.
Yeah, they're battling each other for the richest man.
Unreal.
Yeah. So we got world's gold. So right now it's world's gold is roughly 12 trillion, but we have 10.9 trillion here.
So that's really like that's the big target, right? Gold,
Yeah.
at least for Bitcoin.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
this in the past too. Like once Bitcoin surpasses gold, typically when any analog is surpassed by its digital version, it's like 10 to 100 times the analog's value.
So you're
Just
saying,
like for
okay.
example, communication. We went from analog communication to digital,
Yeah.
and now we're like sending text messages for free, and we're communicating across the planet for free.
Yeah.
Like that's exponential.
I think I agree with you. I think, dude, it's so much easier to acquire Bitcoin than gold. Like, let's just be real.
Yeah.
It's a fucking download of an app, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
come on, man. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, Bitcoin has the virality element that gold never had and probably never will.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, I think like the gold, whoever's in charge of gold, if there is such a thing, they definitely missed the boat as far as
digitizing its assets.
Well, I'm sure that they digitize it, but they don't market it to like, you know, our generation. You know, I guess that's Bitcoin's realm now. That's that's the Bitcoin territory, right? But
yeah, I mean, we've had this debate like numerous times.
Yeah, gold versus Bitcoin, and
dude,
we're gonna keep having to have this debate, dude.
All day, man. I just can't see gold as something safe. Even though it has been safe for hundreds of years, I'd rather not. For some reason, I just rather not.
Yeah, I guess
like I don't think there would be a point where I'd rather have gold at any point in this.
What if there's like an EMP attack?
Well, then that's certainly a problem. But if you have your 24 words, you're safe
until we get the infrastructure back online.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I mean, there's ups and downs to both of the assets, but I'm starting to lean with you, man. I'm definitely like, I could definitely see Bitcoin becoming more appreciated than gold. Just because gold is the language of the wealthy, you know, which is a very select class of people.
Yeah, I think it served its purpose, but something significantly better has.
Yeah, Bitcoin has the potential to actually be the store of wealth to, you know, the people, the actual people, the common people.
Yeah.
Just because it's so divisible and so transferable, it's easy to interact with. Well, it's not easy to interact with yet, but it will be, you know.
Yeah, and then we're looking at the Fortune 500 companies and their net worth in squares, and then we got the stock markets. Like, look at all these squares, dude. The entire money supply, 35.2 trillion.
Yep.
Imagine if the money supply was backed by Bitcoin. Imagine how valuable Bitcoin would be.
Bonkers, dude.
And then we got the global debt, which is $253 trillion.
Good Lord.
Households, governments. We got non-financial corporates and the financial sector.
Wow. We have nowhere near enough actual money to pay back that debt, basically.
Yeah, no way. No, the money doesn't even exist to pay back all that debt.
Yeah.
Just doesn't.
That's incredible.
And that's by design, which is why we're against fiat and why cryptocurrency is going to take over.
Mm-hmm.
And then just to finish this off, we have the global real estate value at $280.6 trillion. Imagine, so we're just talking about what if Bitcoin was backing the total money supply?
Mm-hmm.
What if Bitcoin was more valuable than global real estate?
What's that at? 280 trillion, dude.
I think about this. Like
that's hard.
Think about global real estate is more like Bitcoin because there's only so much land.
Agreed, but there's so much more utility to it. You know what I mean?
Well,
land is literally
for sure.
Land.
Yeah, maybe that's true because you can build and
you can earn
and do stuff. It's like Decentraland again.
Exactly. That's why Decentraland, virtual land concept is so appealing, right?
Yeah.
We're hoping one day the virtual real estate realm becomes as in demand.
Yeah.
You know, like if you can imagine, like.
But our position is the stuff that you deploy on land should be more valuable than the land itself, potentially.
Well, not necessarily, unless there's like a scarcity element.
Then there's scarcity, yeah.
Like if it's like McDonald's, like you can make infinite McDonald's.
You know what? You're right. I mean, we have a real life example right now with Earth.
Yeah.
Right now, Earth is worth $280 trillion.
Basically, from our economic perspective.
Yeah.
That's how much we valued Earth.
So Earth is more than companies. It's actually more than debt.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I think land is actually technically more valuable than the content on the land.
Yeah, everything else is made up. You know?
Yeah,
Everything else
that's
we
true.
just kind of popped out of thin air. And
That's
like
true.
the
That's
only
true.
thing that isn't made up is like land.
Okay, so
And I guess gold too, dude. Now all of a sudden gold wins.
no, there's infinite amount of gold. There's infinite.
It's true, but
There's not infinite amount of land on Earth.
But there's not infinite amount of gold on Earth either, right? You'd have to go
No, there's
extract
not.
it.
Yes.
But so there's infinite amount of land like on Mars. Now once we populate Mars,
Yeah.
does that mean real estate prices tank? Like, is that Elon's big goal here? It's
Yeah.
like cause
Just
a
like-
housing bubble so he can buy the dip.
A world
Like,
bubble. Yeah.
He's like, we got Mars land, boys. Come by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's interesting to think about, though.
That is interesting. But I do change my position. The content is not as valuable as the land. It's only more valuable when there's plenty of land. Like
Yeah.
like there's
An
in the
abundance.
Decentraland. Like there's a lot of land over there.
Oh, but I mean, currently it's capped, right?
No, I'm saying like right now there's more land than there is content. So therefore
definitely.
content is more valuable because
Yeah.
you can actually do something with it.
Yeah, like content is an expensive feature.
Oh yeah.
Like without
sure.
the ability to either make content, like it is it's quite the dilemma to get any kind of return on your land investment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it took a long time for humanity to figure out how capitalism works and like, you know,
Yeah.
how all of these financial economic systems work to all of our benefit so we can like utilize land
Yeah.
like as a collective to build off of one another. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And it's going to take just as long, I think. Well, maybe not just as long. I'm not talking about thousands of years before Decentraland like figures it out.
Yeah. Right.
But it's going to take a while before all the pieces are in place, you know, for industry to emerge.
Yeah.
You know, for Decentraland to become a homeland of like earning potential, where you potentially like live off of it. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's gonna be a while.
the goal though,
Yeah.
because or else like why make land in the first place? You know.
Yeah, I mean that's this sort of thought process we sort of made intuitively when we made MetaZone because we
Yeah.
figured that we could accelerate that process by enabling the creators to make stuff.
Yeah, and for people to purchase that,
Yeah.
basically like bringing in the market elements that are
Yes.
missing from it. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
otherwise it's just a free for all. Everyone on their own. Either you know how to do shit or you don't, and like that's it.
yeah,
You know, like there's like I'm saying, there's a lot of infrastructure that needs to be added in and created for the ecosystem to grow like the way it should be. You know.
yeah. And if
So-
you don't know what we're talking about, check out MetaZone.io, and it's an application for Decentraland to quickly get stuff sold, made, and
Basi-
deployed in
content,
Decentraland.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like like what's the world's content? Like the houses we live in.
yeah.
The
Speaking of
businesses we go to and work for.
and look at compared to the $280 trillion of real estate, residential is the lion's share of everything. It's like 78.5%, and commercial is 11.9%, and agricultural is 9.7%. 10% of the land is helping feed the planet.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's 100% a creation of the banking infrastructure. You know, the
that's
whole
true.
home lending and stuff like that. Like, dude, the banks,
That's
100%. Like, they created this whole thing.
Well, the banks, I mean, both commercial and real estate.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
true.
residential.
But like, no, what I'm saying, I don't know if it's culture or what, but what pushed us to, as a culture, want to like live in houses like
Individual houses, yeah.
Well, that and like they're way bigger than we need them to be, right?
Yeah,
Like if you actually objectively look at it, do we really need all of this space? No, but
yeah,
slowly over time, I guess like I don't know, through marketing, through like
well, it's
lending.
the consumer. It's
Yeah,
the
the consumer,
consumer
yeah.
like psychology.
yeah,
Like we get advertised constantly, dude,
Yeah.
constantly that we don't have enough, or
yeah,
here's your next solution.
yeah.
Like,
I guess as
and then people get confused with the whole competing with the Joneses.
yeah,
Like it's a sort of a discipline not to be influenced in that direction.
yeah, but it's definitely like majority trajectory for most people, right? Like to
Yeah.
just
Man,
it's hard to escape that
Like,
that pool.
we both know a lot of people who are just trying to get like the coolest car or the nicest clothes, or all that stuff that really doesn't matter.
Yeah. But without that, we wouldn't have this economic engine that we're currently looking at.
But think about it. Those guys are influenced. Those people are influenced to spend money, right, for the benefit of the company that you're buying from.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a human innate inherent thing. It's we're influenced in that direction.
No, 100%.
Now, it doesn't mean that humans don't want the nicest things inherently. It just means that you're heavily influenced in that direction.
Yeah, because there's an infrastructure in place that feeds off of that.
Feeds off of that. Exactly.
That is like literally the
engine.
That's the blood of the engine.
Yeah.
It's convincing us that to never be content.
Yeah, if you create
more,
if you create your existence sustainably, like you have solar panels and your car is electric and you grow food in your backyard, that's bad for the economy. Even though that's good for the world.
Yeah,
like
that's a good point.
Yeah, so that's the thing about this influence is like we created this like several $1 trillion ecosystem.
Yeah, and like
where most importantly we can't even pay the debt.
Yeah.
Because by design we can't pay the debt.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
See, that's why like there's a segment of the population who looks at Trump and says that he did a good job because all he did is expand these squares that we're looking at. We have a lot more squares now, dude. We got squares in all categories. Everything's exploding.
Oh, that's so true.
So from the perspective of our current,
that's a good point.
Yeah, the perspective of our current system and our economic models, Trump
did nothing but good.
He crushed it.
Yeah,
he played the best game of Tetris we've ever seen.
Yeah,
so many fucking squares, dude. But from this other perspective, like a more, I guess, like eco-conscious,
healthy, sustainable perspective.
Definitely our mental health rates aren't getting any better.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's definitely downsides to this, right? Like we're definitely becoming wealthier as a society, but man, we are definitely becoming less and less healthy.
Yeah.
So man,
sure.
These are definitely polar opposite I guess philosophical point of views, right? Like what is it that we're supposed to be doing? That's why there's always a constant battle, like in society.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you got people thinking we should go the other way, like you're saying, more sustainability, more.
Yeah, I mean, even if you think about it from an economical standpoint, if you lower your burn rate, you don't really need as much money.
Yeah.
Like that, I think that's just living more efficiently.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of the kind of right way to think about this. Yeah. Because if you live inefficiently, you're going to need several tens of millions of dollars to sustain that inefficiency.
Yeah.
Where you can live wealthy with like a couple $100,000.
I agree.
Just as long as you invest that $100,000 in a proper.
Yeah, but assume nobody's investing. Like again, because that's like creation of the system.
Yeah.
Without these investment tools, like, oh man, it would be much more difficult.
That's a good point.
For capital to be raised, for a lot of things,
Yeah.
So these things serve a purpose. Without these institutions, oh man, like we're saying, like we'd be like in the ground zero stages still of Decentraland. Like, we need the institutions of the decentralized metaverse to like come in and lay some infrastructure out. You know what I mean?
That's interesting kind of to think about. If there wasn't this financial incentive mechanism in place, would we have progressed as much as we have?
I think that's the experiment where we're... Hold on. Say that again?
Maybe not, because if we didn't have these financial incentives, would we have progressed technology or progress of humanity, solving cancer or, all these things we've progressed on as humanity? Would that have happened if we didn't have a financial incentive to do so?
I think in order for those things to happen, so what kind of system is that? It's like voluntary, but you need
not necessarily voluntary, but think about it. I think humans innately want to solve problems. I mean, if they didn't, because when humans have evolved to the point where we can actually solve problems, they started solving problems and they didn't have a financial incentive to do so.
Yeah.
They just solved those problems.
It's just, but the financial layer, whenever it got introduced into that equation, that's whenever things accelerated.
It did accelerate because there was a game. You just gamified.
Yeah, exactly.
You gamified the acceleration of progress.
Yeah. Now everyone's kind of like in the same game.
Yeah.
Before it was kind of like it was more individualistic. You're like figuring out whether or not what to participate in. But yeah, if you opt not to participate in this game we call life, this real world monopoly, then you have several, survival disadvantages.
Yes, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's literally that simple. Like we're in a totally different like survival environment now. It's not so much nature, it's more like man-made.
Yeah.
Like to survive in the man-made chambers, like fuck. Either you play or you're fucked. Like,
For sure.
That's the harsh reality, man. And unfortunately, a lot of people can't even play.
Yeah, can't even play. Yeah,
there's
billions of people who are not playing right now.
Yeah, they're just watching the rest of us play. Like
they probably don't even know what's going on just because they have no access to what's going on.
Yeah, and survival is so difficult for them. Like we're talking basic survival.
Yeah, it's like getting water and food.
Yeah, actually, like biological survival, so essential. Like that's their main task of the day.
Yeah.
Once we got that figured out, which we did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah.
That's whenever we start, like, now our thought space is cleared to, like, think of all this other shit, Start figuring out how to add more squares.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fucking squares, dude. We're stacking squares, dude. I like this website.
Yeah.
So what else? What's bigger than global wealth?
Global wealth right now is, according to Credit Suisse.
Credit Suisse.
All global wealth tallies to 360 trillion global wealth. For North America, that's 31% of it is North America.
Yeah.
And we got 4.1% Germany, 25.2% Europe, 39.2% Asia Pacific, and number of millionaires in China.
That's China, yeah. I guess here's the derivatives market.
Oh, dude. So if you thought global wealth was huge at 360 trillion, man, you're looking at derivatives at $558 trillion, which is a low estimate.
Yeah, nobody really knows, right?
And then what's a derivative? A derivative is a contract between two or more parties that derives its value from the performance of an underlying asset, index, or entity.
Yeah.
Ooh. So
hold on, there's two ways
to measure. Derivatives are typically measured in two different ways: gross market value or notional value. Example, a call option, which is a derivative representing 100 shares of ABC stock with a strike price of $50 and may trade in the market for $1 per contract. So market value is 100 shares times $1, which is $100. Notional value is 100 shares times $50 strike price, which is $5,000. So examples of derivatives are futures contracts, forward contracts, options, warrants, and swaps.
See, these are like the complex financial vehicles that we don't have access to.
So we definitely retail people don't have access to this stuff. But think about this. If the derivatives market is this huge,
it's monsters.
It's the biggest. I'll tell you right now, it's the biggest.
Yeah.
Guess what's happening in the crypto sphere?
Yeah.
Derivatives are coming to the crypto market.
Yep. Dude, they don't call it DeFi for a reason, dude.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck. These DeFi fucks aren't fucking around, dude.
Yeah.
Like, when they say we want to like disrupt the banks, dude, they are not kidding.
Yeah.
This is as disruptive as you can get.
Yeah, this is it. You couldn't disrupt anything bigger than this.
Can't. There's nothing bigger on the planet than this financial infrastructure we're shaking at the roots.
Yes.
And we're just now starting to see like these protocols dabble in these waters, trying to bring, for one, synthetic assets to the marketplace. So like bring all this value into the crypto land somehow, one way or another. And then to experiment with coming up with derivatives on how to speculate on these things, like in the crypto sense.
Yeah, and you're going to have two flavors, centralized and decentralized.
Of course. We already seen some centralized with like BitMEX.
Yeah.
Binance has options and whatnot nowadays.
Yeah. What about Power Trade? Is that?
I think so. Yeah.
That's centralized, right?
Yeah. Definitely. So we haven't ever talked about Power. So yeah, part of our new like YouTube content is we find new protocols, new projects, and we're speculating on whether or not they're going to have successful products in the future.
Yeah.
And one of them is called power trade.
Yep.
Because we recognize the derivatives market is on its way. It's in its infancy, so now's a good time to pay attention to who is building the necessary tools that we're going to need to trade these options and these contracts,
Yeah.
And power trade, they're trying to become the Robin Hood of that.
That's right.
Which Robin Hood does, if you want to speculate on call and put options, you could download Robin Hood right now on your phone.
Oh, they do that too?
Oh yeah.
Call and put options?
Not for crypto, but for stocks.
Yeah, stocks, yeah.
Yeah. So like traditionally these are not investment tools that like the main street is exposed to,
Yeah.
These are like complex high tier
This is Wall Street.
Yeah,
why they get a bad rap is because of this.
Because nobody could figure out like how are they making so much money?
Yeah.
How do they have so much influence on our economy?
Yeah.
Like how come when they make a really fucked up play,
they make a ton of money.
Well, and then whenever they fuck up, everything crashes.
Yeah.
But everyone's life just all of a sudden sucks.
Everything crashes, but there's a few people that make a ton of money when it crashes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because they're using these tools.
Yeah. Damn.
They're always hedging. They're always
speaking of
one
hedging,
step ahead of what the actual like market looks like at the end of the day, right? Like they're the first movers in the market, so they know.
There's a crypto project called Hedgic.
Yeah, see now that's like the decentralized version of what we're talking about. So like you said, there's going to be two camps. So I mean, from a speculative investment perspective, which one do you look at first? Like the centralized model, because traditionally that's what gets adopted first. Like Binance is the Coinbase,
dominating,
BitMEX. Like I said, those are the ones who have the easier user experience. Right? There's not so much friction dealing.
And
with
you know
that.
what? I think the centralized counterparts are going to be more valuable because they have so much regulatory hoops to jump through that once they do, I think they're going to be unstoppable. Because the decentralized version, I think they will get pretty big. Like even Uniswap is bigger than Coinbase.
Fucking massive. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think, I don't know. It's a tough call because centralized, they have an opportunity to make a ton of money. But decentralized, they have a big headache in actually technically pulling it off.
Decentralized?
Decentralized, yeah.
But everything's a headache to decentralize.
That's true. That's
literally
for sure. I mean, even looking at, we did a video on the graph, and to decentralize the graph is extremely complicated. Yeah,
and it's hilarious to think about. Yeah, because there's no new service being invented here.
Yeah,
like these are widely adopted. Like protocols all apps used every day. But it's a different distribution method, I guess, for that data, those data channels. So that is the experiment that we're all like embarking on here. And so, somebody who's not so clued into that, they'd be like, why the fuck would we do that? Because it makes things so much more complicated, so much less efficient,
Yeah.
Like if you're looking at it from a purely tech standpoint, like this is not good for tech.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But this is good for humanity. Yeah. That's the point. Right. That's the key. I think like the crypto industry needs to market a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like we're not building the best tech here. We're building like the future of humanity, like the way we
it should
organize,
exist.
And like coexist with one another.
Yeah, where there's not a single party like kind of moving the dials.
What do you mean?
Like there's not a single party controlling anything.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and that's dude. I mean, in case you're not aware of this, but that's becoming a monstrous issue in the traditional tech space.
Yeah.
Is censorship and whatnot. Like the freaking president, our last president, Donald Trump, he got completely deplatformed from all tech platforms, literally.
Yeah, he was literally canceled.
Like worse.
He can't even say anything now.
Yeah. It was literally like that Game of Thrones episode where the queen, I think Cersei was stripped naked and they pushed her down the street and everyone was just screaming shame, 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 shame. Like we shamed the fuck out of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Metaphorically speaking.
Yeah.
We didn't strip him naked. People did.
They did.
People literally stripped him naked and like graffitied all over his body. What a brilliant piece.
Yeah.
But what was I saying?
But take a look at this notional value.
Oh, okay.
Remember, notional value was was the shares times the strike price, right?
Uh-huh.
And the notional value here is 1 quadrillion.
Whoa.
So that's 1,000 trillion, dude.
Yeah.
Which is a high-end estimate.
Hold on. Let's see how long these squares go for.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's a lot of squares. What's the red? That's just the color, I guess.
Well, this is so this represents
That's notional value.
notional value. No, sorry.
Gross market value.
Yeah. So gross market value, there's notional value, and then this. Oh, that's the total. So notional value includes both sections of these squares.
Jesus. I think they just don't know. That's the thing. I think it's to emphasize like actual value into the derivatives market is 11 trillion, right? I mean, 11 trillion. And the notional value is so big, we don't even know. We can't even assign a number to it, really.
Yeah.
Like, that's how far these derivatives contracts have gone. Like,
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like a point of no return at this point. Like,
Okay, so I see what's happening. So these squares are both notional values.
okay.
They're both notional values. This is the low end estimate, and the high end estimate is 1 quadrillion.
Oh, okay.
So the range is between 558 trillion to 1,000 trillion.
Gotcha.
And so it says here that why are the estimates so large? It says the low end estimate for the notional value of derivatives comes from the BIS and covers only over the counter products, commodity futures, interest rate swaps, options that are easily measured and quantified. The high end number is unofficial, but it's cited by multiple sources and includes non over the counter derivatives. A non over the counter derivative may be a bespoke products used to hedge a specific risk that does not meet standardized clearing requirements. So the large kind of estimate here, are probably like the actual options, or I don't know. I guess it's just it's just a big number, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
at the end of the day,
how do you just like get perspective on such a big number?
I don't know. You can't. The perspective is like, these financial tools we're talking about are out of control. There's so much value, or like, I don't know.
Maybe, I think this high end is just a hedge against other options.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's just a hedge.
Yeah, let's not pretend like we understand how all these people made all their money.
Yeah,
we definitely don't. But all we're saying is use this as like a history lesson. This is what humanity has done up until this point in the centralized model, you know.
Dude,
So,
and now they break down each square, like give you perspective on how big is 100 billion.
yeah.
And it says here's the Netflix 20
square.
billion out of that 100 billion is like Netflix.
Yeah.
Or cost of an aircraft carrier. There's one of them is 13 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Ireland Sovereign Wealth Fund. We have esports revenue, 1 billion.
See, even that's like a baby.
A spec.
Yeah, you definitely want to be paying attention to these specs, dude.
Yeah.
'Cause those are the ones with the upside. You know what I mean?
The average value of an NBA team, 2 billion.
Wow. Dude, Top Shot's going to be bigger than that one day.
Yeah. Right.
It's on its way.
And then look at this. Operating budget of the World Health Organization, 5 billion.
Wow.
Damn, this is interesting.
Yeah, man. Don't you love data?
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah. Data's how you tell us. I mean, data is data, you know. Without it, fuck. That's it. Without it, fuck. That's it. That's
we wouldn't be able to understand anything.
That's the tweet. Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't know how to wrap our heads about what the hell is going on this planet.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the funny thing. We have plenty of data to suggest certain things, yet we still ignore it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and look at this column of value of billions. And cryptocurrencies today in 2021 is worth 1,000 billion, which is a trillion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1,000 here, and we're not even at the global military spending.
Nope. We're peanuts,
As a
bro.
collective, we're not even at global military spending.
Yeah, we're peanuts. And yeah, here we are constantly like in an anxious state, like for the next sell-off, you know, like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm gonna get wrecked, aren't I?
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like we're past that point, man. Like,
Yeah.
At some point, we gotta train our minds to like stop. I guess you said you're good.
Oh, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I'm not phased by like
So for
a little dip.
those of y'all with human emotion like me, and like you get phased by a lot of things. Like, man, at some point, really dive deep into the data because it all suggests like good things. I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know how else to wrap that up. Just I don't know. Use the data as a comfort blanket, man. Like,
Yeah.
don't be so anxious.
Have perspective.
Yeah. I guess.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So we've been going for about an hour. How did we do this for 2 hours long? Like when we started the podcast, we were just chatting away like 2.5 hours, just talking.
Chatty catties, dude. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I could keep going for another hour, but I gotta piss. So
Yeah.
we should wrap it up. Plus, we got some pho to eat.
Yeah. So
I guess one last plug, I guess, for the NFT you inevitably will make for this, right?
yes. Yeah. So if you are watching this, we're going to be releasing this podcast as an NFT, at least like a token.
Yeah, let's
That
call
represents-
it the block runner moment.
Yeah.
Instead of top shot, block shot.
Block shot. Dude, that's
The block
that's
shot,
good.
bro.
Dude, that's really good.
So yeah, dude, we should totally run with that.
The block shot.
The block shot. But I like it because it opens up a whole new realm of tokenizing like media.
moment. Yeah, media.
Media in general. Like imagine how many NFTs PewDiePie could be minting and like his
true.
follower and his base
Dude.
auctioning to own.
Yeah.
Right? Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
PewDiePie's bigger than the NBA himself.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So his block shots or his Pewdie shots, whatever you want to call them, each time he puts out a video, he releases an NFT, and then whoever is the highest bidder takes it home. Or he can create any NFT structure. Right? That's the beauty of it. It's not just everything's a 1-of-1.
Yeah.
He can mint 1,000
Yeah.
like open editions.
That's right.
Fuck, man. This is where NFTs are headed.
Yeah.
And if you guys are watching this podcast and in this space, just know we're all like planktons and shrimps right now. But
yeah.
this shit's gonna happen for sure.
For sure. So yeah, make sure you look in the description for this link straight to the NFT, and then you can buy it if you want. If you don't, don't buy it.
That's okay. There's plenty of other things to buy.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the Block Runner and also at MetaZone.io, and please share this with your friends. That would really help us out. And
Yeah, we're on a mission.
yeah,
Like we're not fucking around anymore.
yeah.
I mean, we never were, but now it's like
Now we're definitely
now
not.
it's game time, dude. It's Q4.
Yeah.
Literally, it's the fourth quarter, dude. Like no slacking in this quarter.
See, dude, that's a good idea, man.
What?
That's another like title for like where we are in the crypto space.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the last 3
Fourth
years
quarter.
have been the first 3 quarters. Now we're like
There we go.
the fourth quarter, bro.
Damn.
Time to fucking
You can't be tired now,
no. This is where champions are made.
dude.
Literally.
Dude, we gotta end it.
End it there?
That's perfect.
All right, that's the title.
All right, guys.
Are you gonna be a crypto champion or not?
dude?
Why do I keep coming up with the bangers?
I
Will?
don't know, dude.
Okay. All right, let's go.
All right, thanks,
out.
guys.